Hello everyone, welcome back to Code YouTube channel. In this video, we'll just create a to-do list using MERN Stack. We will use MongoDB for the database, React.js for frontend, and Express and Node.js for backend server-side language. So we will implement this to-do list. This is the demo for our to-do list. So let's check it. Okay, these are the records. So let's add a new record. Homework. Okay, like homework. Let's press add button. See, new record has added homework. So let's mark it as done. See, it has done. Let's mark this as done. See, that is also done. So let's remove this. Okay, press this button, that has removed. Okay, let's mark it as done and remove it. So this is the to-do list that we will perform using MERN Stack. So let's get started. Before starting, if you are new to my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel and also like the video and comment down. Let's get started. So for this project, first we will create our project. Let's create a new folder, Ctrl+Shift+N, and name it to-do list. Now I will open it with the Visual Studio Code. Let's open Visual Studio Code, and here come here to the file and open folder. After that, come here to the React and to the to-do list, this one. Select the folder. The folder has opened. So now I will create two projects inside this, one for our front end and the second one for our server side. First of all, I will just create my front end, my design, then I will move to the server side coding. So let's create our React app inside this. Just let's open the command line terminal. So after here, now I will just write npm with, I will use with to create the React app latest, npm create with, press enter. So let's assign a project name, to-do list, and the framework React, and JavaScript, simple just JavaScript. Okay, and yeah, that has created. So now let's move cd to the to-do list. After that, write npm install. So it will install all the packages. Yeah, the packages has installed. Now I will just install two or more packages, which is npm install. One is Axios, which is HTTP request response library, and the second one is the React icons. So let's press enter and install these two libraries. Yeah, those two has installed successfully. Now let's open our, yeah, this is our React app, and let's write npm run dev. So it will run our server. So let's press this link. We should move to this link. See, this is our created new React app. Now let's remove all the default code from our folder. Just come here to the app.jsx and come here, remove all this code, remove this code, and also this one, and remove these, and also index.css, all this code, and this code. Yeah, the code has removed. So now we will just create, now I will create a new component by the name of home.jsx. In this home component, we will just fetch all our to-dos from database and displayed on this. So let's import it inside our app.jsx. Let's check it now. See, this is our home component. So now I will just display, create an input field. Just come here, and here I will write h2 header 2 and to-do list. Under this we will have an input field to just submit our to do. So for that I will create a new component create by the name of create.jsx or fce, and inside this we will have an input field, input type text. That is okay, and we should have a button also, and that would be for submit or art, you can name it whatever. Let's save it and come here to the home. I will just import that here and create. That is okay, and down from this we will display our list of to-dos. So to display that, for that we need a variable const to-dos slash comma set to-dos. We will use state hook. This will be an array with us. Okay, we will store all our to-dos inside this when we fetch them from database. Right now it is an empty array. So to display that, let's write like this: to-dos dot map to do or task, and to display that we will just have a div, and inside that we will display the to do. Right now that is an empty, so for that we should just write a code. If that was empty, we should display that there is no record with us. So for that, let's write like this: to dos dot length was equal to with 0, then we should display no record, else we will display the to-dos. Let's check it now. See, it looks like this, but now I will add some CSS design this to bring them to the center and also make them designable. Okay, I will add some CSS code for this. So I have added this CSS design. Okay, home and create forum input into the button. It looks like this now. Okay, it looks like this now. So this was our front end design. So now whenever we just enter a task, for example read book, so when we press this add button, that should be added to the database. Okay, so for that we need to write our server side code and also connect with our MongoDB database. For the Mongo database, I am using MongoDB Compass. Okay, this Compass, I am using Compass. That is open. Okay, this is the MongoDB database, and this is the MongoDB Compass, a GUI tool which I have installed, and easily you can just manage your data through this, and you can connect with this very easily. You can also use the MongoDB online tool which is Atlas. So MongoDB Atlas, you can use that, but I am using this locally. So let's come here now. So to create our server side app, just come here and we should move to the terminal. The terminal, create a new terminal, open that, and here in this to-do list folder, okay, not in this to-do list but in this one. Okay, in this folder I will just write now to create our node app. So just write npm init -y. Okay, it means to initialize it. So let's press enter. So instead of this, it has created just in that folder, but I will delete it and I will create a folder before it. Okay, so in this one I will create a new folder. Create a new folder first, server, and in the server side now I will move to cd server, and in that npm init -y. So let's press enter. So it will create package.json inside this. Now let's install our packages, for example Express, which is the framework of Node.js, npm install Express, and also Mongoose, which is used for Mongo database. I will use to connect with that Mongoose. I will install these two packages. And one thing else that we should install, what is the error? Yeah, install npm install. And also we should install cards, which is used to connect our front end and back end to access our server side app. Let's install these three. Yeah, this is installed. One another app which is npm install nodemon. This is package is used to refresh our server side app automatically. Again, there is a mistake in npm install. Whenever we make changes in our server side app, so it will automatically refresh that app, this package, okay, nodemon. So to use this nodemon, I will come here to the package.json and then come here to the scripts and just write here start nodemon and our file. Okay, right now we didn't create our file, so let's create our file first of all. For that, let's write, for example, index.js. This is our file where we will write our code, and write here nodemon index.js. Save it. It is okay. Now let's close this and I came back to the terminal and write npm start. So it will start our server side now, server app right now. Okay, that is running. So in this server side app, I will just import express. I will write const express is equal to require express, and also const mongoose is equal to require mongoose, and const cars is equal to require cars. Let's create an app. Const app is equal to express. We will call express method, so it will create an express app for us. Now let's use app.use cars. We will use cars inside this, and also app.use express.json. This means that whenever we pass data, that will be converted to the JSON format. So now let's start our app, lesson, and here we should assign the port number, that is 3001. This is our port number, and here we will create a callback function. Inside that I will just write console.log server is running. It is okay. So let's check now the terminal. Just come here and let's check the terminal. See, server is running. So this was the boilerplate code for our server side. Right now we didn't create the APIs. Just come here again to our home component. In this, come here to the create. Okay. So whenever we press this button, the new record should be entered and move to the server side up. Okay. Whenever, let's add here an event on click handle add. Okay, handle add. We will create this function now. Const handle add is equal to before that, whenever we write something in this input field, we should store that in a variable. So for that, let's create first a variable. Const task set task is equal to use state. Okay, we will use state hook for that, and here whenever we write something, we will store that inside task, this variable. So let's write on change event, and here I will just call set task method, and in that e.target dot value, let's write our event here. So it will store that value that we are writing in this input field inside this task variable, and whenever we press this button, we will call this function, and in this function we will pass this value to the database, to the server side app. So to pass the data, we will use Axios. Import Axios first of all. Axios from Axios, okay, which is HTTP request response library. Now let's use Axios.post. We will post the data and we will call this server side. Okay, the server side URL is HTTP, then localhost. After that, the port number was 3001, and after that add. This will be route, and here we will pass our data. So let's pass our data task. We will pass just this task. That then whatever result we get, so console.log the result. If there was any error, console.log error. So whenever we pass this data to our server side app, to this route, let's create this route right now, dot post, and our route was add. Here we will get request and response, and here we will get our data. First of all, const task is equal to request dot body dot task that we has passed. This is our variable, our data. Now we will enter it to the database. So to enter it in the database, first of all we should create connection with the database with the MongoDB. We will just use mongos.connect. After that the URL is just very simple. We can just come here and copy connection string and paste that here, and just change this to 127 to our own IP address 0.0.1. This is our own IP address, our local host. And after that we will use the database. Okay, we will use test database. If you have already the database, okay, I have already created this test database. If you don't have, so it will create it automatically. So let's drop this to dos. Drop connection, I have removed that. Yeah, the test database has gone. Okay, so it will create automatically this test database for us. So after creating the connection, now we will create a model. If our MongoDB database, you need to create a model. So to create model, let's come here to the server side app. Here I will create a new folder, models, and inside that I will create todo.js model. And here first I will import the Mongo database, mongos, const mongos is equal to require from mongos. And after that, now we will create our schema. Const todo schema is equal to new mongos dot schema. In the schema we will define our fields. So we have just one field, that is task, and that is string type. If you have ID, image, anything, whatever you want to add, so you can define them here. But right now we have just one field, which is task. After that, let's create now a model. Todo model is equal to mongos dot model, and here we will define now two properties. The first one is the name of our database, that is todos, and the second one is the schema that we has created, todo schema. Now let's export it. Module dot exports is equal to todo model. Now let's import this todo model inside our index. Const todo model is equal to require slash model slash todo. After importing it, so now let's use it. Okay, so to create a new record, let's write todo model dot create. So it will create a new record for us. Just add task and task. We will add this task to this task. Okay, we have just this one field. After creating that dot, then we will get a result. So result response.json, return that result. Dot catch if there was any error. So response.json error. So it will return just the response to our content to this home component, to this create one. Okay, whenever it create a new record. So now let's create. Okay, let's check it. Just come here and I will write here read book. Let's press add button. So let's check it now, our database side. Now what happened? Okay, we didn't show any message. Let's refresh it. We don't have the database, so let's check it. Where is the error? I will just show you what is the problem. Rec is not defined. Okay, request is not defined. So let's check it in our server side app. Just come here, request. Yeah, that is request. Oh, sorry, I should close it here. And let's remove this one, break it. Let's save it and just come here again. Let's press this button and let's refresh it now. See, this has created in also the todo. Let's check it, the todo table. This collection we have this one field. Okay, one record, read book. So we have records in the database. So now we will pitch them and to display them on home page. Okay, so for that, come here to the home page. Here now we will pitch and store them in this array. So for that, let's use use effect hook. We have two properties here. The first one is the callback function. The second one is array dependency. And here now I will just use Axios. Axios is imported dot get, and we will get all the records. We will use again HTTP localhost 3001/get. Okay, get records. Dot then if we will get a result. Okay, result. So we will just store set to dos. We will store our result inside this set to dos. Set to dos. Just result dot data. The data that we got, that will be stored in this variable. Dot catch if there was any error. Console dot log error. So just come here to the here dot length, no records, otherwise just to display to do. Let's check it. Okay, we didn't created this get API. Let's come here and we will create that now. Up dot get / get was our route. We will get a request and a response, and here now I will just get all data to do model dot find. Find will just get all the records for us. Dot then we will get a result. Just return response.json result. It will return all the records. Dot catch if there was any error. Response.json error. Let's check it now. So I think we didn't get the record, but the error is just come here to the home, and instead of just to do, I will just display to do dot task. See, read book, we read that book, but I will just add some design to this to make it a little bit, so add some CSS design for this, okay, to look better. After adding some CSS design, it looks like this. Okay, so now I will add just one icon here for removing this to do task, and here a checkbox. Okay, so let's come here to the code. This was the code for that which I have added CSS design. Come here to the home, and here I will add now the icons. So I have added just these two icons, one for removing and the second one is just this circle checkbox. Okay, let's check it. I will show you the code. I have just wrote the code like this. Okay, this div I have added, and this icon, and also this icon which I have added. Then added the CSS code. This is the CSS code which I have added. Okay, checkbox icon. These are the code which I have added. Yeah, that is okay. So now we will add the functionality of whenever we press this area, this icon and also this text should be changed. Okay, that there should be a line on this text and this should be filled, this circle. Okay, so for that let's add this functionality. For that I will just come here to this div, and whenever I click on this, on click, handle edit, just simple. Okay, now I will call a function. Let's create this function, handle edit is equal to. So before implementing this edit function, we will just move to our database and we will add another field for done. Okay, if the task was done, so then we will change this text, this icon and also the text according to that field. We will add another field to our database for done. Okay, if that was done, so then we will go ahead. Another field we should add here to our table. So for that, just come here to our model, to the server side up, and to this to do model, in this model I will add one another field, comma, and I will add done boolean. This field has added, but I should add here two fields. Type is boolean and default is false. The default value is false. So let's move to our table, and now I will delete this record. I will add new records. Just come here and refresh the page. I will add a new record here. Read book. Press the add button. So let's refresh the page. See, new record has added. Now let's check our database. The field has added or not. See, we have one another field which is default value is false. Now we will edit our data based on that. Whenever we press on this OK on this area, so we should change that false to true. So to update the record, first we will pass the ID of the record. Let's pass the ID here. Just whenever we click on this, let's create an arrow function and pass the ID of this record. Just try to do dot ID. It will pass the ID to that function, and let's sketch that ID. Here we will just use the same code like this. I will just copy this, but I will change something in this. Just we would like to update, so let's write put, and also we will change it to the update, and also we should pass the ID plus ID, and in result we will get a result. Console.log result. If there was any error, so handle that. Okay, let's move now to the server side, and we will just create this API. Just come here, up dot put our route was update, and also in ID we will get a request and response. So here we will now update our record. Let's use to do model. First of all, let's grab our ID, const ID is equal to, let's grab that from request.params. So through this using this params, we will just grab our ID. So let's first of all console our ID, what we get in the result. Console.log ID. Is the result the same as we wanted or not? Let's check it and just come here. Let's refresh this, and let's press now this div. Okay, so let's check it now. Yeah, we got the ID, the same ID. Okay, that's okay. Now we will update the record. So to update the record, we will like to do model dot find by ID and update. Let's pass first of all ID. This column is from database which I have specified, and here I will write my own ID, and now I will update the data. So to update the data, we just want to update the done property, okay, of our table. Done is equal to, we will assign true to this property. After that, let's start. Then we will get a result and return response.json, the result dot catch. If there was any error, response.json, return the error. Let's check it now. Refresh the page. Let's see our, yeah, right now this is, let's refresh it. Right now it is it has changed to true because we already clicked on that, so that has gone and that has changed. So whenever that is changed, we will just update this. Okay, we will update this icon and also this text. So for that, just come here to the code, come here to the home, and here we will just use now our code here. Here we will just write now if to do dot done property was equal to with true was true, or simply if that was true, we will just execute this icon bs fill circle fill. Okay, we will just use this icon. Instead of this icon, we will use that icon if the property was true. Else we will just use cut this code, this icon. Sorry, we should write it here. If this property was true, so then we will run this icon, we will show this icon. If that property was false, then we will show the this icon. So now let's add this class name icon to the above one also. Let's save it. Let's check it now. See, that has tick mark has came right now. Okay, and that it means that the filled circle has showed right now to us because the property is true. And also here we will add a class name. If to do dot done was true, then we will just let's write here class name. Class name was is equal to, if that was true, then we will add line throw. Line throw, else nothing. So now to this class name we will just add some CSS code. Just come here, dot line throw, text decoration, line throw. So let's save it and check it now. See, line has came on that text also. It means this property is done with us. Let's add one another property, homework. Let's press add. That has added, but we should automatically see that here. So for that, just come here to the create. Whenever we get the result, so we should instead of that, we will just write location dot reload. So it will automatically update our page. Also, whenever we perform updation, instead of console result, we will update our data. Location dot reload. Save it and just come here. Okay, it is like this. Let's add another one. Football. Let's press add. See, new record has added. Let's press this area. See, that has done. The record has done. So the last functionality is this delete functionality. Whenever we press this icon, so we should delete that record. Just come here to the home page, to this trash icon. Let's add on click, handle delete, and we should pass our ID to this function. Let's pass to do dot ID. We will pass our ID to this function. Let's create this function. Handle delete is equal to, we will get an ID here. Let's copy again the same code. Copy that and paste it here. And instead of put, we will use delete now. And here we will move to the delete API. And we will pass our ID to that. So let's come here to the index.js app.delete, that is delete, and we will get an ID request.response. Here we will again get the ID from URL and now we will delete the record. To do model dot find by id and delete. Let's specify our id. Okay, we will just copy the same code like this. Copy this and paste it here. Let's save it. So let's try deletion right now. So let's press this one. See, that has deleted. Okay, let's press, it has done. Press this, that has deleted record. Study book. Please add, the record has added, done, deleted. So it was all about to-do list using MERN Stack. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel, and thanks for watching.